It really annoys me that this age we live in, where you've got Sony trying to go fully digital, but you're removing physical stuff, but all our ways to do things digitally requires like internal storage and processing and stuff like that, which is all blowing out of hand because of AI. And so it's like, hey, in a normal, I feel like 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, in a normal, like, productive civilization, we would look at, hey, things are becoming expensive. Things are like, AI is in too much demand and it's sucking up all our resources. What's an alternative we can offer to the human populace to help deal with like storage issues? But we already have that. We already have CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever. There's USBs. Like, we have all this shit, right? And for Sony to want to remove physical media, you're exacerbating the issue. Like, we have currently, digitally is costing us too much. I mean, they're talking about they want to release a PlayStation 6 at market value. It already costs too much. So what if all the games are digital? They already cost too much. It's getting to this point where physical media is just cheaper than digital media. Because it's just, as far as including the hardware to go with the software, it is cheaper for us to have just physical media. And it doesn't matter. And then I see this recent news stuff with PBS, and they've saved all their data to the cloud, and suddenly, the company's gone bankrupt and they've lost it, right? And they're going through a court process to try and save it back, try and get it back. And so many people out there, I see the argument of, like, oh, they should have had a physical backup. They should have had this stored somewhere. Anyone competent would have, done it that way. I agree. Sure, it would have been great to have physical storage with this stuff backed up, sitting there. But it doesn't negate the fact that we also have another company offering a digital-only service, like every other digital fucking service that somehow exists at the moment, and yet they have failed to fulfill the contract of having a digital service for PBS. So everyone's like, oh, it's done because they should have had a backup. Who cares? Who cares? This other company offered a service. A lot of companies now offer digital service. We've got, in a lot of cases, we don't even have a fucking choice. And then they fail to meet that service, or the quality of that service, and suddenly everyone's like, it's on PBS for not doing the right thing? No, this is the way every company wanted to fucking go, and now they need to suffer the consequences that they've sown. Because this is horseshit. We're paying all these companies so fucking much to store our digital data, and they give us no other choice. Let me use an example, right? I was playing a game on PlayStation 5. I wanted to go over to my mate's place to play that game on his PlayStation 5 because mine was going into storage for a couple of weeks. I was moving house. He was allowing me to stay there, and I was able to continue playing my game. You would think I buy the monthly subscription service for PlayStation Plus so I can save my data to the cloud because I'm not provided another fucking option to do so. And then I get to my mate's house, I sign in with my account, I go to download the save file that I had manually saved to the cloud on the other PlayStation. No save file. Okay, so I've now paid for a service for a specific reason, and you can't fulfill your contractual You fucked up, Sony. I fucked up that sentence. You fucked up your service. And so I'm shit out of luck. By the way, no fucking rebate, no fucking, oh, no worries, we'll just pay you the money back. No, none of that shit. No. We offered a service that must be your fault, your issue. Mate, Sony's been fucking us over for so long anyway, it doesn't matter. I upgraded, let's just not stick with Sony. Nintendo, I upgraded from the Switch to the Switch 2. Cool, no worries. Had to have a Nintendo fucking account to save all my game data to the cloud. So then when I sent everything over to the Switch 2, I could play all my games with all my save data. Except Pokemon Scarlet, Pokemon Violet. No, you can't send your data to the cloud. Why? Fuck knows. You're on your own. What? You've lost all your data. You have to start again. Doesn't matter. It's fucking gone. So what are we paying you for? Why are we paying you for a service you can't fulfill? And here's the thing. I wouldn't be so mad if there was another option. If Sony had some sort of like, I don't know, like a memory card, but let's say for a USB slot, for example. Oh, you can either choose to pay for PlayStation Plus, or you can buy a physical memory card and transfer your save files that way. Nintendo, you've got to buy the cloud service, or wouldn't it be nice to have a little fucking save disk or a save fucking USB, whatever, where we can physically save our data and hold it in our hand and be like, I can put this on any other Switch I want to, as long as it's my account. I mean, you can do it with a fucking imaginary cloud in the sky and with servers in fucking Nicaragua or wherever you fucking store them, but I can't have that same capability and hold it in my hand. I'm so sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it because people are complaining that we don't own our licenses or anything like that for certain games. But we don't even own the data that we create from all this said information. Because we rely on these companies to do a service that they can't. And what shits me more is I really hope in this PBS situation, the company that they were paying to store this information gets absolutely fucking rorted. And I hope this sets a precedent for other companies who store all our digital data. Because we live in a place where we had choices of how we wanted to go about doing certain things. And companies nowadays are removing those choices to monopolize on whatever we're doing. Regardless of who that company is, this falls for a lot of different companies. But they're all trying to monopolize. Just offer the option. I mean, when it comes to gaming, I went to PlayStation. I've always just been a sucker for Pokemon, so I went to Nintendo as well. But I left PC gaming and went to Sony back in PlayStation 3 because PCs were starting to lose physical media. And I liked the choice. I liked being able to choose if I wanted to buy something digitally or buy something physically. I liked having that option. But I've always resented not being able to save my own data. That has pissed me off for years now. And now here we are. There's a push to remove physical data from our hands. It's such an inopportune time where everything hardware-wise for us to do stuff digitally is costing us an arm and a leg. It's not worth doing. Why not leave the choice for people? People can have an option of what they want to do. I'm just sick of it. I'm just absolutely unequivocally sick of it. And so now I go back to, for gaming, for example, I haven't turned on the Sony in ages. I've just gone back to PC because I have my choices. I have Steam, GOG, Epic Games. A lot of these companies, you can actually just hit them up on their own website and buy a code from their site personally. But you don't have that option on Sony. At least with Nintendo physical media, like the stuff in the stores never drop price. They're always set at the same price, which is really fucking annoying, especially for used games. EB Games, I'm not paying $80 for fucking Kirby, alright? Or not. No, Kirby Air Riders was what, 100 still for pre-owned? I'm not paying $100 for a fucking Air Riders game. And I think it was like $70 or $80 for the Forbidden Lands or whatever. It's ridiculous. Breath of the Wild is still $90 physically. Eat my ass. But we still have the choice of going on to like Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, hitting up our local areas. You can even, hit up a car boot sale on the weekends. You can hit up a garage sale. You might get lucky there. But you have choice. And I think that's important. And I think this is something, at the end of the day, these companies really need to consider, is when you remove the choice within your own company, people will choose another company because you're not offering them anything anymore. You offer them nothing. And the people of the world, for a company that offers nothing, the people of the world will give you nothing. Yeah. But anyway, I still get my physical media. I still get Blu-rays. I still get DVDs. I still go to these shops. Brand new stuff too. Digital used to be a convenience. And it was cheaper than what physical was. And so it made sense for everyone to go digital. Even now, digital costs more than physical. And now we look at it as the price of digital and the convenience because of the price. Physical media isn't that convenient, so it has a lower price. But you're looking at removing physical media, and it's not worth it. It is just not worth it. You keep coming up with these arguments that, hey, you don't own the games, you're just buying a license. Well, you can't even be trusted to look after the fucking games yourselves. And the PBS thing has shown us this. Companies can't be trusted with our digital media. Whether we have a license or not, you can't be trusted. You can't offer the service you're claiming to offer. So why should we pay for a service you can't offer? Look at Sony and Xbox's online services shutting down, and Xbox players not being able to play their games because they couldn't sign in. And that shouldn't matter. That should not matter. If Microsoft's system fails, it shouldn't be the people that have done everything right that suffer. I don't know. I'm just sick of this. I'm really just sick of this. And, fucking hands up to GOG, who offer no DRM games. Completely downloadable. You own them. Good on them, and good on all the companies that also offer that as well. Because this is ridiculous. I do hope that if Sony remove, this is a dream situation, but I do hope that if Sony removes physical media, that companies like limited run games and stuff like that sort of like blossom a bit more and do offer games from companies, and they offer a physical version, but let's say it just like it boots off a USB and still uses all like of Sony's and Microsoft's hardware to be able to pull it off, and it's legit. You know, I'd fucking love to see that. That would be so cool to just be like, you know, here is what the companies are saying has to happen, and for an entire community to turn around and say, nah, you're on your own, chief.